Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going over my 2024 favorites for complexion. I decided to do complexion and eyes separately because I have so many products to talk to you about. I'm gonna be honest and let you know that this is a refilm. I filmed this video about 5 hours ago. I was editing it, thank goodness I chose to edit it today, and realized that the first 5 minutes of my video are missing. My husband is trying to help me figure out what the problem is. We think that my MacBook is on its way out, so I'm hoping that this specific video makes it up on my channel. But I figured I would start over and try to bridge the gap between future Jenny and past Jenny, because I do put this face on. I started the video with my eyes done and then just added everything in with the complexion. I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties. I hope that you will stick around and watch. I hope that you will subscribe. Let's get into it. What you didn't see was my sunscreen, which is the e.l.f. Invisible sunscreen. I have been enjoying that sunscreen very much. I started using tretinoin, I want to say it was over the summer, so it's been maybe 4 months. I'm really loving what it's doing for my skin, but I've been very good with my sunscreen where I was not very good in the past because I'm using that tretinoin, and I'm enjoying that e.l.f. sunscreen. It plays well with my makeup. It is inexpensive. The number one anti-aging is to use sunscreen. So that I am using every day. The other everyday thing that I'm using that I discovered in 2024 is this Aquaphor Healing Balm Stick. This was all over social media. A very popular makeup artist was talking about how, Scott Barnes, how he taps it under the eyes for clients to help smooth and hydrate. I watched that video, I went out and bought it, and I've been using it ever since. I think it really does help moisturize under my eyes. I was a little worried because I'm oily. I've not had a problem. This sits next to me on my makeup vanity in my bedroom, and I tap it on every day. Of course, I still have skincare on as well. With that tretinoin, some people experience extreme dryness and peeling on the skin. Shout out to Vanicream, because I have been using that as my complete moisturizer day and night since I started the tretinoin. I had fallen in love with it for my dry hands, and when I asked the dermatologist could I use that as a lotion, she said that that was a great idea. So I've really been enjoying Vanicream. I have it upstairs and downstairs and use it every day. I get the big one with the pump, and I have like a small container that I got that I have traveled a couple of times with. Vanicream comes with me everywhere. The only issue that I've had with my skin with the tretinoin would be a little bit of dryness on my lips. And it's funny because I've never had dry lips before. And the Ulta employee that I was talking to recommended this product, which is the Exuviance Targeted Lip Filler. It is a really nice product. I keep this on my vanity, and every day I put a little bit on my lips as I'm starting my makeup. I really like the texture of this. It's got the tilted applicator. A little bit goes a long way, and it really, there's an old swatch. When I talk about lip stains, you'll see that. It really soaks into the skin super fast, and it just leaves them moisturized. It's not glossy. It's not fancy like that. I've even put this on top of a matte lip color, and it adds that moisture, and I really enjoy it. For face primer, on the affordable side, I will recommend this one from Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. This one is very similar to the Huda Blur Jam. Comes with a little applicator, and it looks like this on the inside. Now, I think this is where my original video will cut back in. I will show you me applying this, and then you'll see me put on the rest of my face. So now I'm going to time warp back to past Jenny. Let's go. Here is the Milani Blur Primer, and I just focus it more in the center of my face. And typically I would have used this on both sides, so I should have used a little bit less, but it feels like silk going across your face. It feels cooling, and it really, when pressed in, does a great job controlling shine, blurring pores. It's really good. I'm going to go ahead and apply the One Size primer, teensy bit on my finger, and just put it right where I get oily. I'm going to stop talking. All right, I waited 2 to 3 minutes without moving my face, and typically it's not a problem. I can keep my face very still while I do my eyes. I can feel this is tighter than this side, and looking up close, my pores are more blurred on the One Size side than the Milani, but still both very good. Next, I want to talk about this product from LA Girl. I have sung the praises of this product all year. I even checked my 2023 because I feel like I've loved this forever, but truthfully, this was a 2024 love. This is the LA Girl Instant Finish Multi-Use Tinted Primer, and this one is just so good. It is, I believe, universal. I believe that oily skinned, normal skinned, dry skinned could all use this. Always prep your face underneath, make sure you are moisturized. But this has pigment to it, and I'm just gonna put a teeny bit on because I want you to see how blurring it is. So here it is on the One Size side, and I have used this completely as a foundation and just done concealer cover up so many times. You can see that that even made the One Size even more blurred. And now go ahead and put it on the Milani side. And you don't need a lot of this either. At first I thought it was going to be too heavy, too thick, because I really prefer my face products to be thin. But wow, what it does and how it spreads out is just lovely. And now both sides are even smoother. Definitely check this one out, and I believe it's under $10. In the foundation category, 2024 was the year of pulling back on the foundations, and honestly, more often than not, I was spot concealing and going because I really felt like my foundation was looking heavy, looking foundation-y, can look cakey towards the end of the day, and I truly believe that less is more when it comes to foundation. So really thin. If I did wear foundation, it would be just over the areas that I wanted it to be more covered. I'll show you what I loved. Both of the foundations I'm going to show you are, I wouldn't say high-end, but a little bit more than drugstore. But this one that I'm going to talk about is the Sephora Reveal The Real. It is lightweight, it is very skin-like, it gives a light to medium coverage. I love this stuff, and Sephora has 30% off of Sephora collection items more than twice a year. So this one I will put on the left side of my face. It does come out of a dropper. You can see what it looks like, and it is definitely on the thin side. I am going to link this brush. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, and this has been a staple in my foundation routine this year. I have 2 or 3 of these. So I will take that brush and load it up and just start tapping. And just lightly go over the skin. Just keep tapping, not rubbing, tapping. I just love the smoothness, the skin-like look on my face with a little bit of coverage. So the only place on my face that could use just a little bit more is I have a dark spot right here, of which I'm going to take my NYX Pro Fix stick, which is a favorite of 2024. This shade is soft beige, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, or I could have used the brush and just tap it in. This is a very close comparison to the NARS concealer in a pot. Very good. I love this stuff. I have it in 2 shades. I'm wiping off my brush because on the other side, I'm going to use this one here, and this is the Tier Mask Fit All Cover Cushion Foundation. I have mine in 23 Sand. Now this Tier is a super full coverage foundation. That is not how I like to wear it. It comes with the little cushion and you can press out the excess product if you're really looking for full coverage. I think it ends up looking a little too makeup-y. So I do not use this. I use this, and I have done this for so many events. I'm going somewhere, I want to look my best, and I just start tapping. And it is almost the same as like the NARS concealer, but it's thinner. That is the magic of this product. So I start just where I want the extra coverage. I have some acne scarring right down here, and I am lightly tapping, and then I'm just sort of dragging it all over the face just for that uniform color. But it is so fast and easy, and I believe this is $20, maybe $25. But again, so skin-like, and it'll last you a long time putting it on like this. For the under eyes, I already mentioned the Aquaphor. I am also a big believer in Correctors. If you're looking for a pink brightener, the two that I would recommend are this one from e.l.f. This is the Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener, very similar to the Becca. It is a beautiful creamy pink brightening agent. If you just want to brighten a little bit, that would do great for you. You could probably just get away with that. Same with this one from Essence. This is the Essence Bright Eyes Under Eye Stick. Same concept. It's a little bit stiffer, but same thing. It's going to brighten with that pinky undertone. Love both of these on some better eye days. If my eyes are too dark, then I'm going in with this one. This is the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector. I have mine in the shade Peach. It's just easy. About a dot on each side. And then most of the time, I just use my finger to tap it out right where I need it the most. Again, think less is more. And that just helps cancel out some of that darkness under the eyes. Concealer category was easy. High-end side, I'm going with Danessa Myricks. I love her Lift and Flex Concealer for eyes and face. I got a shade that can go on my under eyes as well as my face. I love this. I would travel with this. This is shade 6. It gives a good coverage, and it is so lightweight and thin. I put 3 tiny little dots to blend and really keep it focused here, but then the excess can go around. I don't notice creasing. It's not too dry. It's a really nice product. On the drugstore side, I'm going to use the Revolution IRL filter. Amazing concealer. This was my #1 from the drugstore this year, which is interesting because I did not love the foundation, but they got the concealer right. This one is in the shade C6. It might be a bit lighter, but for demonstration purposes, you get it. Same sort of thing, tap where I need it and then pull it out. Both sides look brighter, smoother. Let's talk about contour, bronzer. I only have liquid options in front of me. I have been using a little bit more liquid products than powder products this year. I still like them both, but I have 3 that I want to shout out. The affordable side is going to be this one from e.l.f. This is their Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. I have mine in the shade Fair Light. They did a really good job with this product. The blush is nice, but it's very pigmented. I find this a little easier to control. I'm going to take my JennDBeauty brush. I'm going to tap it here. I've been applying my bronzer a little bit different. Instead of going down, I'm going across and I'm staying above the nostril. I really enjoy that look. I think it's much more youthful and not dragging the face down. So across and then up. Wow. I'm gonna wipe off the brush, and on the other side, I'm going to use this one from Too Faced. This is the Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. I have mine in the shade Chocolate Mousse. And I have to admit, it's the smell that gets me. I think it smells like Tootsie Roll. I'm going to wipe off my hand. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's very silky, smooth. I love the packaging. In, again, my brush. And just tap going across. No issues with blending, with lasting power, and I just so enjoy that scent. Really pretty. Even looks a little more blurring than the e.l.f. side. I do not see the glow over here that I do over here, but I am more of a matte girl, so I do prefer this side. But this one's good too. The one I wanted to give a shout out to that I won't be putting on my face is this one from Sephora Collection. It is beautiful. This is their stick contour. I have mine in the shade light to medium. Here's what it looks like. It is a more cool toned option. I have heard that this really compares to the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I never purchased that one, so I can't tell you whether or not it is or not. But what I can tell you is that it's beautiful. It is very creamy, very smooth, very close to the LYS that I love so much. This is lovely. I do recommend that you try it. I only tried 2 highlighters in 2024, and the one that stands out to me, not even new to the market, is this one here from Dior. I do have to admit, I do not often wear highlight anymore, but if I'm going to, I'd be reaching for this one. This darker shade I really don't use. Occasionally I will put it on my eyes. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you. Here is the more coppery one, good for a darker skin tone. There is a pink one. Look how beautiful. There is a gold one. I'll put the gold one down here. And then the one that I'm going to use today is the white looking one that I would say is just a little more cool toned. But these textures are just beautiful. And I'm just going to use my finger. I'll take a little bit of this one, tap off the excess, and just tap it right there. I feel like with mature skin, you really have to be careful with highlight because it can really accentuate any kind of fine lines. And just as an oily skinned girl, highlight is not my favorite, but this one is stunning. For a special occasion, I would put this on. Was 2024 the year of blush, or is it just me? I couldn't pick 2 for this category. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and multiple shades. The most affordable is going to be this one from L'Oreal. This is the Lumi Le Liquid Blush. I know they have dewy and shimmering. They have 2 different formulas. I went with the one that I thought was going to be less shimmering. This is the shade Worth It, and I really think this is a beautiful blush. I'm going to put it on my hand. I may have to do some layering because I have lots of favorites to show you. It really goes a long way, so I'm sure I just put too much on my hand. If that happens, tap it on the towel in front of you, and I'm just going to lightly put this on. So it's got a dewy look to it, but it's not sticky. It will dry down and it is beautiful. This next blush I'm going to say is the best blurring blush of 2024, and that is this from Cali Ray. This is the Blurry Blush. I have it in 2 shades. I have it in Zen. I also have it in Sublime. I will show you both of them. Here is Sublime, which is a nice mauvey pink. Here is Zen, which is a little peachier. I actually compared it to the L'Oreal in a video. These just blur out so magically on the face. If you like more of a glow, this is not for you. But if you want pore blurring, soft focus, I love them. Another favorite blush is from LYS. They came out with their blush sticks this year, and I have two shades. I have Elite, which is a pretty glowy mauve. And the other one I have is this Courageous, and it is a really nice, warm, more orangey terracotta. Ooh. I'm a big fan of LYS in general. I like to take my finger or my brush because they are very pigmented and go a long way, but they last nicely. Pretty shades. And the last one I have to mention is this one from Merit. This is their Flush Balm Rouge, and I am just in love with this color. The whole red blush craze. Yes. So pretty. I have to stop myself from putting that on every day. I will say I don't think this one lasts quite as long as the other ones, but I would reapply that. It's still a beautiful shade. If you have any red blushes that you love, make sure you comment below because I'm really digging that shade. I'm just going to load up on blush. I'm going to put some of the Zen on the other side because I think it matches the best. I wiped off my Morphe brush, and I'm just going to tap that around to load up the brush and then go on this side, and you'll see just how similar these are. And if this one does seem glowier, it could be that Dior highlight because it's not super glowy. It doesn't seem quite as pigmented as the L'Oreal Illumi. Very similar in shade. I just think the Cali Ray is a hair less glowy and a little more blurring. And then just for giggles, I'm going to add a little bit of this Merit because I can't help myself. I feel like a red blush just matches any look that you put together. And this one, you don't have to be afraid of it because it's more buildable. I don't think I've ever put this blush on and thought, ooh, too much. Except maybe today because I have so many blushes on. In the powder category, I have 4 that I want to shout out. 2 that are a little more under eye, 2 that are a little more face. I'll start with the under eye. You will not be surprised to hear me talk about LA Girl, the LA Girl Pro Setting Brightening Loose Powder in pink. I love this stuff. It rivals some of my favorite high-end, and it rivals the favorite high-end. I struggle a little bit with this cap coming off. I don't love that, but I forgive because the price is so right. I cannot find my Real Techniques setting brush, so I'm just going to take this fluffy one from Unit. Tap in. It's got the little powder protector, which is nice. Brightening, smoothing, good price. If you're looking for a pink powder at the drugstore, this one. Wiping off the brush, and on the high-end side, I had to shout out Danessa Myricks. I don't even think this came out in 2024, but I tried it for the first time in 2024. Thank goodness BoxyCharm sent it to me. Otherwise, I never would have tried it. I'm so glad that I did, and I don't know why I didn't. I know why I didn't. I have too many powders, but I'm so glad they sent it. And this one is easy to get into. This is just my favorite. It goes on so soft and silky and blends without drying me out, blurs. Oh, I went over on the other side. Love this. I have 5 powders. Whoops. You all told me to try this NYX HD finishing powder in the banana shade, and I do like it. Specifically, I like to use it when I use the pink under eye brightener because I feel that peach under the eyes is a little more correcting. I don't want to use a pink corrector and then pink powder. So if I use a pink corrector, I like to use this yellow powder. Smooth, soft, it's a nice one. For my face, number 1 drugstore is going to be this one from Milani. This is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. Milani had a good year with products. At least I think this one came out in 2024. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I tried it. I did a whole video on powders. This one is really good. Wiping off the brush. Same with the nice little mesh holder. And this one wows me every time I use it. It really does a nice job of blurring that skin. And again, super light hand. I might come over here, and I'm actually going to put this everywhere because the next powder I want to talk about is a cover-up powder. And this one is easier to open than the LA Girl. Same sort of component, it's just easier to get into. The last powder I want to shout out is this one from LA Girl. I think this was a 2024. You can see how much I love it. I think it came with a little puff inside, but I don't have it anymore. But this one is really good for just adding a little more coverage. For lips, I have two stains that I want to shout out. This one is the Clarins Water Lip Stain. This is pricey, but it's beautiful. It smells good. It tastes good. Smells like cherries, I guess. It's got a brush applicator, which does take a little bit of getting used to, but it does really last on the lips. Sometimes I like to put this underneath my lipstick, or I'll wear it alone. It wears off pretty gently. This is my favorite red lip stain. And then Comfy came in. I love this Lassie Lips Staining Lip Oil. I have mine in the shade Tamarind, and I think my favorite thing about this one is that it is brown, and it stays brown. I even sometimes mix these two together. Really pretty. I'd love to try more from Comfy, but definitely two lip stains worth looking into. I don't have any drugstore ones that I think are fabulous at this moment. Regular lipstick, I only have one favorite to share with you, and that is from good old Essence. I was laughing looking at my 2023. I shouted out their liquid lip formula, which I still love, but this one I think is a little more universal. It's not too drying, it is long lasting, it behaves like a high-end lipstick. They have lots of shades to choose from. Mine is in the shade Chocoholic, and I'm gonna put it on for you right now because it's beautiful. It feels so silky going on. I love this neutral brownie pink shade. When it dries down, it feels like nothing on the lips. My favorite. And it does truly last a long time. Speaking of which, let's see if these transfer, which I don't think they do. Very, very little. And you notice now, I have two lip liner formulas to share with you. For a lip liner for me, I do prefer a sharpened style rather than a twist up, number one. Number two, the lip liners that I like, I want to stay on. There are so many times at the end of the day my lipstick has quit, but my lip liner is still hanging because I really want it to last. You can go a little bit into your lips with your lip liner, and then when your lipstick fades, it looks a little bit better. I just love a long-lasting lip liner, and I discovered the Hard Candy lip liners in 2024. I have two shades. These are both almost gone, but I for sure would pick them up again. They are inexpensive at Walmart. This is all I have, this little tiny nub. This is Kiss and Tell. And then I have this one, which is First Move. They have a brush on one side that I barely use because they set down so fast, the brush is almost useless. That's okay with me. Here is First Move. So First Move is a little bit cooler. Kiss and Tell is a little bit warmer, but you wait. When these set, they will not move. The other one that I love is this one from NYX. This is the Line Loud lip pencil. You have to be careful. NYX has a lot of lip pencils. I'm loving this Line Loud one. This is in the shade Global Citizen, I believe. Yes. And again, it's a little more neutral, a little more brown. Beautiful. Let's let this one set too, and this is the one that I'm going to use today. And I have been really enjoying lining after I lip color. I think I have more control. These lip liners, here's the first two. These are the Hard Candy. And then down here is the NYX Line Loud. I am really. For setting spray, I did choose one from each category. Didn't try this in 2024, but it is still my go-to. The One Size On Till Dawn. I love this for making my makeup stay. a little bit strong smelling. But a nice alternative is this one from L'Oreal. I tried this one this year. They came out with a 36-hour Defy Transfer Infallible. Very, very nice. Where this one smells like perfume, this one smells like hairspray. But they both do a good job. This one dries almost immediately. This one takes a moment. The last category is gloss. I tried a lot of good glosses, but I'd say the one that really wowed me is this one from Hard Candy. And it's kind of a magical story because I hated the original one. I don't know if they changed the formula. I don't know if the more sheer ones are the same. Let me know if you've purchased one lately and they are that way. But the first one that I purchased of this, I returned or threw away or gave away to somebody that's not sensitive to that, but it just tasted terrible, smelled terrible, and then this one was not like that. They came out with the Girl Scout one that was minty, and that gave me hope, but that was limited edition. And then they came out with these, which are the Glosstopia Lip Slide Creamy Lip Oil. I have mine in the shade Sugar Spin, and it really is beautiful. It's got the nice fat tip, so pretty. It smells better, tastes like nothing. Yes, please. The price is right. I just think it's beautiful. Let me swatch it for you because you can't really see the color because I have lipstick on. I'll go right here. So you can see it's got some color. And that is everything. Of course, all of the products that I tried on today, I will have listed and linked in the description box below. If you choose to shop with those links, I make a small commission at no additional charge to you, and it helps support me and my channel. So I thank you in advance if you choose to do that. I hope that I gave you some good suggestions. 2024 was a fantastic year for face products. I really loved a lot, and it was so hard picking 2, sometimes 3 products to share with you. I stand behind all of these products. Let me know which ones of these you have and are your favorites. I would love to hear it. Let me know if I missed any releases in 2024 that you really think I need to try in 2025. I would love to hear about it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to have you join me. I upload on Mondays and Saturdays. Give the video a thumbs up, and of course, leave me a comment, even if it's just a heart to let me know you were here. I thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me today. I'll see you in the next one.